My child, God is proud of you right now. I need you to let those words settle before your mind tries to argue with them. Not proud of you someday. Not proud of you when you fix everything. Not proud of you when you finally feel strong. Proud of you now in this moment exactly as you are. I have waited years to finally meet you here at this exact point in your life when your heart is tired enough to listen and your spirit is quiet enough to hear me. And I tell you this with love and truth together. If you skip this moment, if you walk away pretending it does not matter, the universe will test you again. Not to punish you, but because lessons unattended always return. You all dismissed this sign. I watched your hand hesitate. I saw the doubt rise in you, telling you this was probably nothing. That you would come back later. That you did not have time. That you were too tired to listen again. I stopped you for a reason. Not because I wanted to scare you, but because I wanted to reach you. You have been enduring more than you ever speak about. Carrying questions you never fully ask, holding together pieces. Music of yourself that felt like they were quietly coming apart. What you have been enduring is about to make sense, music, but only if you stay long enough to receive what I am revealing. Do not walk away. I am not saying this in anger or urgency, born of fear. I am saying this as a father who knows how rare moments like this truly are. This is your confirmation. The one you have been asking for without knowing how to name it. This is your turning point. The place where things begin to shift inside before they ever change on the outside. And yes, this is also a warning, but it is wrapped in love, not threat. Love always warns when it sees a soul standing at the edge of clarity. You have wondered for a long time if anyone noticed how hard you tried. You wondered if your quiet faith mattered, if your silent endurance counted for anything. You looked at your life and felt like you were always just holding on, never quite arriving. And slowly, without realizing it, you began to believe that maybe you were invisible, that maybe your efforts were ordinary. That maybe you were just surviving while others were truly living. But I saw you. I have always seen you. And I am proud of you, not because you were flawless, but because you did not give up when it would have been easier to stop trying. I have waited years to meet you here. Because you were not ready before. Not because you were weak, but because you were still learning to protect yourself. Instead of trust me, you were still trying to prove your worth through effort, through endurance, through being strong for everyone else. You did not yet know how to receive Without guilt. You did not yet know how to listen. Without fear. But time has shaped you. Pain has softened you. Waiting has humbled you. And now you are here. Not because you figured everything out, but because your heart finally paused long enough to say, I need something more. You almost missed this because distraction has been your greatest enemy. Not sin, not failure, but noise. The noise of expectations, of comparison, of endless thoughts telling you to keep moving, keep scrolling, keep surviving without asking why you feel empty. I stopped you because your soul needed interruption. If I had spoken louder, you would have been afraid. So, I spoke closer. I stepped into your moment quietly, knowing that deep down you would recognize me. What you have been enduring was not random. It was not meaningless. It was not because you were unlucky or forgotten. It was shaping you for this moment where truth could finally reach you without bouncing off walls of defense. You endured disappointment that taught you discernment. You endured silence that taught you patience. You endured confusion that taught you humility. And even when you complained, even when you doubted, even when you wanted to stop believing, you stayed. That is why I am proud of you. Do not walk away now and tell yourself you will come back later. Later is where understanding goes to fade. Later is where courage cools. Later is where the heart gets busy again and forgets what it felt like to be seen. This moment is not here to pressure you. It is here to align you. Something in you already knows that if you ignore this, you will feel the echo of it in days to come. A quiet restlessness asking, what did I miss? The universe will test you again if you skip this. Not because it is cruel, but because cycles repeat until wisdom is received. You have already lived through enough repeated lessons. You have already carried the weight of delay and confusion long enough. I am offering you clarity now. Not all at once, but enough to move forward differently. Enough to stop walking in circles. Enough to begin trusting what you feel instead of dismissing it. Type Jesus. You're my constant peace. If His love steadies you always, you have asked for a sign. Sometimes boldly, sometimes in whispers, sometimes through tears you did not explain. This is that sign. Not dramatic, not loud, but personal. A sign that meets you where you are. In your tiredness, in your honesty, in your quiet hope that things can change. I am not here to overwhelm you. I am here to reassure you that your life has not been drifting. It has been guided even when you could not see the direction. Stay with me. Let your heart remain open. Just a little longer. You do not need to understand everything. Yet. You only need to trust that this moment matters. I am proud of you. I have waited for you. You almost missed this, but you did not. And because you stayed, what comes next will not feel like punishment or pressure. It will feel like clarity, like peace. Like finally understanding why the road was so long. Do not walk away. This is not the end of the message. It is the beginning of your understanding. I am proud of you even if no one else has said it. I am proud of you right now. Not for what you achieved, not for how perfect you became, not for how strong you appeared on the outside, but for how you endured when no one was watching. I see you, and I need you to let that truth reach places in you that have been starving for affirmation. You have spent too long believing that your worth must be earned, that love comes only after performance, that approval follows achievement. But I tell you this with certainty and tenderness together. You were never invisible to me. Not for a single moment. I am proud of you because you kept going when stopping would have felt easier. I am proud of you because you woke up on days when your heart felt heavy and still chose to face the world. You did not always feel brave. You did not always feel faithful. Sometimes you felt numb, sometimes doubtful, sometimes tired beyond words. Yet you stayed. You survived. You did not quit on life even when life felt unkind to you. That endurance matters more than you know. You, music, obeyed quietly in ways no one applauded. You made choices rooted in integrity when compromise would have gone unnoticed. You held your tongue when speaking would have caused harm. You walked away from things that were familiar but wrong even though no one prayed your restraint. You resisted bitterness when it tried to settle into your spirit. These things did not make headlines. Dear family, I want to share something important with you all. Recently, our channel has been demonetized by YouTube, which means we no longer receive any earnings from our videos. Each video takes a lot of time, effort, editing, and resources to create, but we still want to continue spreading these powerful and uplifting messages to you. We truly wish to keep this channel alive and continue our mission. But doing this without any support is becoming very difficult. If our content has ever helped you, inspired you, or supported you in any way, we humbly request your support through Buy Me a Coffee. Even a small contribution helps us continue this journey. The support link is available in the comments section and the description. Thank you for your love, support, and prayers. God bless you. I did not bring recognition, but I saw every one of them. Heaven saw them, and I am proud of you for them. You believed you were unseen because people did not say thank you because effort went unrecognized, because your sacrifices blended into routine. But silence from others was never proof of your insignificance. It was simply proof that your strength did not need an audience. You carried responsibility without being asked. You showed up when it was inconvenient. You held space for others while quietly needing space yourself. That kind of love leaves marks on the soul. And I noticed everyone. I'm proud of you for surviving moments that almost broke you. There were nights when you wondered how much more you could take. There were thoughts you never shared because you were afraid they would worry others or make you seem weak. You held yourself together through storms you did not choose. You learned how to breathe through pain, how to function through confusion, how to keep moving when answers did not come. Survival was not accidental. It was sustained. You thought strength meant not needing reassurance. You thought faith meant not asking questions. You thought obedience meant silence about your pain. But I was watching you learn slowly that strength can coexist with vulnerability, that faith can include doubt, that obedience does not erase humanity. You grew without realizing it. You matured without applause. And I am proud of that growth because it came from depth, not display. You were never invisible. I saw you in the crowd. I saw you in the quiet. I saw you when you felt overlooked and when you felt forgotten. I saw you when you questioned your value. And when you tried to convince yourself that what you did not matter. But it mattered to me. Every choice rooted in love mattered. Every act of patience mattered. Every time you chose not to give up mattered. I am proud of you not because you never failed but because failure did not define you. You learned from it. You carried the lessons forward. You did not let shame turn into identity. Even when you stumbled, you got back up. Even when you doubted yourself, you kept seeking truth. That resilience is not ordinary. It is formed through experience, through surrender, through time spent wrestling honestly with life. Please support our channel. Our work is dedicated to bringing happiness into your life and nurturing devotion to God. If you would like to support our efforts, you can donate through Super Thanks. You tried to earn what was always freely given. You work hard to deserve love you already had. You measured yourself by outcomes, by progress, by comparison. But love was never meant to be a reward. It was always meant to be your foundation. I am proud of you because you are beginning to unlearn the lie that you must prove yourself to be worthy of care, of rest, of belonging. I saw your inner strength long before you did. I saw how you adapted, how you learned, how you carried wisdom that came from pain rather than theory. You became compassionate not because it was easy, but because you knew what it felt like to be misunderstood. You became patient not because it was natural, but because life taught you how necessary it is. Those qualities did not come cheaply. They were formed through endurance. And I am proud of you for becoming someone deeper rather than harder. You are not overlooked by me. You never were. Even when you felt like just another face, another story lost in the noise of the world. I knew your name. I knew your heart. I knew the path you were walking, and the weight you carried along the way. You did not have to announce your pain for it to be real to me. You did not have to perform your faith for it to be valid. I am proud of you because you stayed soft in a world that tried to harden you. You did not let disappointment turn into cruelty. You did not let betrayal turn into bitterness. You did not let delay convince you that hope was foolish. You protected something precious inside you even when it felt fragile. That quiet preservation of goodness is strength the world rarely recognizes. But I do. You were not invisible when you felt unseen. You were not insignificant when you felt overlooked. You were not forgotten when you felt alone. You were being formed. You were being strengthened. You were being held even when you did not feel held. And now I am telling you plainly what you needed to hear long ago. I am proud of you. You do not need to earn this pride. You do not need to maintain it through effort. It does not disappear when you rest. It does not fade when you struggle. It does not depend on your productivity or your progress. It rests on who you are and how you have lived with honesty, endurance, and quiet courage. Let music, this truth settle your heart. Let it quiet the voice that says you are never doing enough. Let it challenge the belief that love must be deserved. You are loved because you exist. You are valued because you matter. You are seen because I see you. You are not invisible. You never were. And I am proud of you. Right now exactly as you are. I have been waiting years for this exact meeting with you. Not waiting because I was distant. Not waiting because I was unsure. And never waiting because I forgot you. I waited because timing matters when the heart is involved. I waited because there are words that can only be heard after you have lived through certain seasons. After you have been stretched, disappointed, reshaped, and softened in ways you did not understand while it was happening. This moment was not sudden. It was prepared slowly, patiently. 4 years, you once thought were wasted. You thought the delays meant you were off track. You thought the closed doors meant you were unqualified. You thought the losses meant something would go wrong. But I tell you now, none of it was accidental. Every detour, every disappointment, every unanswered prayer was part of aligning you to finally hear me without resistance and receive without fear. If I had spoken this clearly to you years ago, you would have heard the words, but missed the meaning. Your ears would have listened, but your heart would not have been ready to rest in the truth. There were seasons when you begged for answers and felt like nothing came. You wondered why others seemed to move forward while you stayed in the same place. You questioned whether you were doing something wrong or whether I had changed my mind about you. But I had not stepped away. I had stepped closer, watching, guiding, allowing time to do the work that force never could. I was not neglecting you. I was protecting you from receiving things before you could carry them with peace. I watched you grow through pain you did not ask for. I saw you endure loss that reshaped you. I saw you resist giving up when disappointment tempted you to stop believing. You became someone different through those years. Not harder, but deeper. Not louder, but wiser. Not faster but steadier. That growth did not happen overnight, and it could not have happened without the waiting you resented. There were doors you wanted desperately to open. You knocked, you pushed, you prayed, and when they stayed closed, you felt rejected. But those doors were not refusing you. They were protecting you from paths that would have drained you, distracted you, or delayed you further. Some doors had to remain closed so that you would not settle for less than what fits who you are becoming. I did not say no to hurt you. I said no to save you time, heartache, and confusion you could not yet see. I waited because your heart needed healing before it could fully trust. You carried wounds from being misunderstood, overlooked, or disappointed. And those wounds quietly shaped how you listened. You filtered my silence through pain, assuming absence when there was only patience. But I stayed, allowing healing to happen. Layer by layer, rushing that process would have left scars unaddressed, and those scars would have spoken louder than my voice later. I also waited. Because you were learning discernment. Dear family, I want to share something important with you all. Recently, our channel has been demonetized by YouTube, which means we no longer receive any earnings from our videos. Each video takes a lot of time, effort, editing, and resources to create, but we still want to continue spreading these powerful and uplifting messages to you. We truly wish to keep this channel alive and continue our mission. But doing this without any support is becoming very difficult. If our content has ever helped you, inspired you, or supported you in any way, we humbly request your support through Buy Me a Coffee. Even a small contribution helps us continue this journey. The support link is available in the comments section and the description. Thank you for your love, support, and prayers. God bless you. You are learning the difference between noise and truth, between urgency and importance, between what looks good and what is right for you. Those lessons come through experience, not explanation. You had to lie through moments that confused you, music, so that clarity would later feel safe instead of overwhelming. You resisted at times and I did not turn away. You questioned and I did not withdraw. You doubted and I did not abandon you. Resistance did not scare me. It told me you were thinking, processing, wrestling. Honestly. Honest wrestling leads to real faith. Not fragile belief built on easy answers. I allowed you to wrestle because I knew where it would lead you. Music. You grew tired of waiting. You told yourself you were done expecting. You lowered your hopes to avoid disappointment. Music, and still I waited. Not because I needed you to be perfect, but because I needed you to be open. Waiting shaped that openness. It humbled you without breaking you. It softened you without making you weak. It taught you to sit with uncertainty without running away from yourself. I was aligning people, moments, and understanding during that time. Some connections had to end so others could form. Some seasons had to close so new ones could begin without interference. You did not see the alignment because alignment often happens quietly without announcement. But everything was being arranged with precision and care. I never stopped watching you during those years. I saw every tear. I heard every frustrated prayer. I noticed every moment you chose to keep going even when you felt unseen. I was not distant. I was attentive. I was patient. I was intentional. Common Father, you are my greatest joy, my guiding light. If He has brought peace and hope into your life, now you are here and this meeting feels different because you are different. You are not listening for quick relief anymore. You are listening for truth. You are not asking to escape your life. You are asking to understand it. That is why this moment exists now and not before. I waited years for this exact meeting. Because now you can receive without fear, listen without rushing, and rest without guilt. This was never neglect. This was love expressed through patience. And now that you are here, everything that once felt delayed begins to make sense. The tests you faced were not punishment. I need you to let that truth settle deep inside you because shame has been whispering lies for too long. You looked at the hardship and assumed it meant something was wrong with you. That you had failed, that you were being corrected or pushed aside. But hear me clearly now. What you went through was proof, not condemnation. Proof that your life mattered. Proof that your spirit carried weight. Proof that there was something in you worth refining, protecting, and preparing. Punishment breaks. Refinement strength.